Hey, wise guy, what you got in the box? I got you fine baked goods. Leave the buns, take the cannolis, and let's go vote for Record Journal Athletes of the Week. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may happen to be tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record Journal. Welcome to week 3 of the Fall Record Journal Athletes of the Week. Aaron, my man, what is the frequency? Here we are at week 3, and we were excited about this week's show because for the first time we get to consume our props. We hope you enjoyed our little take the buns, leave the cannoli, or is it the other way around, Aaron? I'm giving you half of those cannolis, so we're going to keep the cannolis. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in. It is Wednesday, 6:30. Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Record Journal, and we got a new slate of candidates for you to vote upon for our Record Journal Athlete of the Week contest. Before we do, tip of the cap. If I was wearing one, I'll just give you a tip of the hair gel to our winners, Mr. Demir Sirakovic from Southington Soccer and Samantha Park from Maloney Cross Country. You know, Aaron, we nominated Samantha based on her winning time in Maloney's first dual meet, and then like the next day she won the Going to the Sun Invitational at Coggins like that week. So talk about a little bit of prescience on our part. Normally we're not, nobody ever accuses us of that, but a little good foresight. Samantha Park, Demir Sirakovic, congratulations to you. Our winners from week 2, our group for week 3. Listen, obviously if you follow our daily coverage, you know football week 3, a lot of good Connecticut Alliance games. That's where they have teams from different conferences playing each other. And we had a lot of CCC schools going up against the powerhouses from FCAC, the Fairfield County teams, and 2 big wins from our teams, Southington and Maloney. They both went down to Fairfield County. They both came back with wins. Southington over Greenwich, 29-28. Maloney over Darien, 21-9. Both impressive wins. Now, listen, obviously you can't really equate wins of that nature with a state championship like Southington won in 13 and 14 and Maloney did last year. But I'll tell you what, very iconic signature wins for those teams. Hey, Aaron, we got a bystander walking by here ready to vote for Record Journal Athlete of the Week. I don't know if you're picking up his outside interference. Better send our gangsters from our cold opening to take care of this guy, huh? Let's move on with our slate. We mentioned the big football wins, and as you might imagine, we have nominees from both of those teams. Let's start with Southington, because you remember Southington was down 21-0. That expression, getting off the bus bad? Yeah, well, Southington had to drive 2.5 hours on a bus. You could expect them to get off the bus badly. Down 21-0, and they pull within 21-14 by halftime, but they're still down by 2 touchdowns going into the fourth quarter. They rally, and a big part of the rally right here, of course, junior wide receiver, Mr. Evan Anderson. Evan caught a 54-yard touchdown pass from C.J. DiBenedetto right at the end of the first half. But then in the fourth quarter, he lines up as a QB in the Wildcat and tosses a nice little rollout pass to Mr. John Flynn. And then Southington goes for the 2 points and the win, and they get it when Evan runs in the 2-point conversion. Evan Anderson throws the TD pass, gets a 2-point conversion, and oh, by the way, also 9 receptions, 201 yards, most prolific day for a Southington wide receiver since 2018 when Will Downs caught 7 passes for 214 yards. Evan Anderson, what a day. Congratulations to you, boys. Nominee number 1 here in week 3. Second nominee from Maloney. Hey, big win for the Spartans, 21-9 at Darien. Maloney Class L champs from a year ago. Darien Double L champs. 7-7 game at halftime. Maloney goes ahead, and then they make the lead stand up with just a ferocious defense. Several goal line stands, 3 turnovers, and the guy who led the defense, Mr. Zakai Moore, junior linebacker. And I'll tell you, Aaron, this kid caught my eye last year on the run to the state championship as a sophomore playing special teams. He was really all over the place. And would say to Coach Frederick, this Moore kid's good. He's like, oh yeah, he's going to be a good one. He is indeed. He leads the Spartans in tackles against Darien, 16 tackles, 3 for a loss. He also had an interception. He has 39 tackles on the season, and he is boys nominee number 2 here in week 3. And you know, Aaron, before we move on, we're throwing all these stats at people's and, you know, most prolific and team leaders. Gotta say, Southington and Maloney, one thing they have in common, other than being very good programs, coached by guys who used to live together in college, is the fact that both teams have great statisticians. Southington, of course, has Mr. Steve Daniels, who is just simply the best. Stevie D, he's been doing it for years, most selfless guy I think I know when it comes to high school sports. And then Maloney, same thing with the Zimmermans, Les Zimmerman and his son Brett. Every week, it's like clockwork when I get their stats. And it's huge, and it's good for the kids, and it's also extremely accurate. Zimmerman, Steve Daniels, heck, they're athletes of the week every week. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, our third and final boys nominee. He's from soccer. And this one Aaron, this one we knew we had locked up right away. Last Wednesday, Lyman Hall against East Haven. And get this, first 15 minutes, East Haven scores 4 goals. Lyman Hall's down 4-0, 15 minutes into the game. And then, like the Electric Light Orchestra, Lyman Hall turns to stone. Mr. Morgan Stone, right here, senior midfielder. Morgan gets 2 goals and gets Lyman Hall back within 2 by halftime. And then, first 20 minutes of the second half, dude scores 3 more goals. 5 goals in a row. Aaron, man, I don't know the last time we had a dude score 5 goals in a game, let alone 5 in a row. Most times, most games, teams don't even score 5 goals, period. Morgan Stone, 5 goals in a row. Slam dunk. Morgan Stone, senior midfield, Lyman Hall Soccer, boys nominee number 3 here in week 3. Aaron, what's that gentleman listening to over there? I don't mind the disruption so long as the music is good, and I'm not so sure it is. So let's get after it with our girls nominees to take my mind off of whatever that guy's listening to. As you can see, baby, we're unscripted, we're live, you never know who's going to show up. Hey, how about some Wilco on that box, brother? I don't think I'm going to get my request played today. But here's some girls who did great things over the past 3 weeks, and their number is served. It is called here on the Record Journal Athletes of the Week. Where are we going to start, Aaron? Last we were talking was about soccer. So let's stick with the subject. Wilcox Tech. Hey, man, best record in the Connecticut Technical Conference. They're 5-1. They score a ton of goals. And you know who's got a bunch of them? Right here, Miss Catherine Chavela. Catherine, how are you doing, dear? I got to tell you, Catherine, you are so overdue for a Record Journal Athlete of the Week nomination. It's not funny. Catherine, 11 goals on the season. She has 11 of Wilcox Tech's 24. Though I must say that Wilcox Tech, Lady Wildcats, very, very balanced all over the field. Catherine just happens to be leading them in goals. She had a hat trick against Grasso Tech, second game of the season, and she had another hat trick on Friday against Innovation. Catherine Chavela, congratulations to you. Finally, at long last, you are girls nominee number 1 here in week 3. Second and third nominees, they are both volleyball players. Team that's really, really off to a great start in volleyball, Platte Lady Panthers. They swept Maloney 3-0 on Monday night, man. They took it to their rivals. And the girl who makes a go for them is a girl who's been making a go for them for a while now. Is it me, Aaron, or has Miss Emily Hart been at Platte High School for the last 10 years? She's been a good one since her freshman year. Now as a senior, she's their setter. But she's just so much more than that. She's obviously the hub that the Platte wheel goes around. She had 11 assists and 6 aces on Monday against Maloney. And for the season, she has 140 assists, 44 aces, like Hank Aaron, 44 aces, and 57 digs. She's also a very good defensive player, 57 digs. Emily Hart, you've been here before. You are back again for good reason. You're girls nominee number 2 here in week 3. Third and final nominee. Now, I got to tell you, like last week, we had the She and Lyman Hall rivalry match. I said to Aaron and Sean before the match, hey, it's a good match. Let's get players from both teams. And we got that. Now, Maloney, this is the challenge to you. We didn't get that this week. We're looking Maloney and Platte. Platte beat you 3-0. So hope that gets you fired up to give a real good rivalry match next time you guys meet. Because we know you're a good team. We got some good players we're eyeing from that team for Athlete of the Week nominees. The girl we're going with this week, hey, man, she is our reigning player of the year? No, she's not. But she's the Southern Connecticut Conference's reigning player of the year. She is from Cheshire High School, Miss Avery Mola. Avery Mola, senior outside hitter, returning all-state player. And just in case you forgot who she was, 21 kills against Bristol Central, 22 against Fairfield Ward. She's a player, all-state for a reason, and certainly she's in the running already for RJ Player of the Year. She's got the Rams off to a 5-1 start, going to a big showdown match with Amity on Tuesday. Amity and Cheshire, of course, big rivals. Amity 6-0, Cheshire's 5-1. Who do you like in that match? Miss Avery Mola. I like the Cheshire Rams. Avery Mola, congratulations to you, girls nominee number 3 here in week 3. Okay, and on that note, I'm going to go have a word with my friend over here with his boombox. What you've got to do is go online at myrecordjournal.com/sports between now and Sunday, about midnight, and vote. Voting's been good. Want the voting to be better. We got some great candidates, man. Great games this week. Great players. You got to vote. You just got to vote. myrecordjournal.com/sports. We bring you the winners next week. Whole new, fresh slate of candidates. Until then, I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record Journal. My best, as always, to my man Aaron Flom, who gets to have some cannolis to take home to his wife Heather and daughter Riley. I will take the others, and I'm going to take the buns too, Aaron, unless you have designs on those as well. My best to Shawnee Krofzik, my man, the kid out in the field. Appreciate you folks watching. Take care. We'll see you next week. Be good.